Now to news on Libya. Calls for international solidarity on Libya continued, with the African Union proposing an international conference on the North African nation. The UN also wants to hold a session to agree on a national agenda to rebuild the fractured nation and spell out a path to elections. However, analysts from both Libya and Tunisia assert that holding elections in 2019 is unrealistic. Here's Adnan Chouachi with more.
The Tunisian president reiterated at the 32nd ordinary session of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government of the African Union his country's support for a peaceful solution to the Libya crisis. Beji Qaid al-Sibsi announced his support to the UN and AU project to hold a new Libya peace conference.
The peace process in Libya is a priority for the AU and Tunisia. The Libyan cause is a Tunisian cause because we are both affected by what happens next door. Tunisians and Libyans are one people in two countries. Therefore, pushing towards stability is our goal in Libya.
Many Libyan analysts believe that the African Union's efforts are not sufficient to resolve the 8-year-long Libya crisis.
The African Union must bring all Libyan stakeholders to the negotiating table and build consensus among politicians, tribal leaders, as well as the army and the security forces. This is impossible nowadays in Libya. The situation is chaotic, and no one is willing to make concessions even for the AU.
Experts in Libyan affairs argue that the UN failed to establish permanent peace in Libya and to organize elections in 2018. As a result, holding elections in the North African state will be very difficult this year. The UN Secretary General met with the Tunisian president in Addis Ababa. Antonio Guterres expressed his interest in the Tunisian role in particular and the role of neighboring countries in general in their efforts to find a solution to the Libyan issue.
Tunisia has backed the African leaders' call for international solidarity on Libya. The head of state said during a meeting with UN and AU officials that the situation in Libya affects its North African neighbor at the security and economic levels. Adnan Chouachi, CGTN, Tunis.